This post is about the topic for this week. What will education look like in 5 years? And I'm reminded of Ken Russell, who did a TED Talk. Not Ken Russell. Sorry, I can't remember his name at the moment. Who did a TED Talk talking about preparing learners for the future, and saying that if you look at how our cultural and technological landscapes have changed over the past 2, 3, 5, 7 years, we can't possibly predict what the long-term future is going to look like in education. And it's always with a degree of uncertainty that we think and talk about these things. I think lots of things won't change. Learners and people and how we relate are largely the same, although we're beginning to relate over different technologies and in different ways. But we remain largely the same. The fact that we use different technologies doesn't really alter or change large aspects of that. Some aspects do change. There's evidence to indicate that we're beginning to remember more where to find things as an information, and less to remember what that information is. But this is a very old thing. Anytime that we feel we have a reliable archive of information, we tend to feel comfortable forgetting it. So with paper, with the printing press, with video, with audio recording, with all of these things, whenever we've taken a note, we've always tended to be happy to forget what we've noted and to remember where it is. And current technology is perhaps putting more stress on that, but it's the same procedure, the same relationship to knowledge and to the written word that we've always had. I think our understanding of what it is to learn and of learning's function and of how we do it becomes more sophisticated over time, which is good. And I think the media over which we'll deliver learning will change significantly. Hopefully we'll begin to see better learning management systems. There's the sheep, or at least some of them. Hey guys. And there's the goat. Oh, we're missing one. Oh, there we go. And hopefully we'll begin to see better uses made of technology. But teachers are going to remain doing largely the same things that they should be doing already, which is understanding their learners, understanding their needs, contexts, drives and motivations, and best creating the learning landscapes that they need to make to facilitate those learners. Sometimes they're freer, sometimes they're less free, and those are judgments that we make. I do feel as time goes on that despite the increased difficulties in terms of resources, in terms of pressure, I do feel that we get better at the job, both as individuals in our own lives and also as cultures and as countries and as educational practices. I guess what I'm saying is the very meaningful things about the practice, the fact that we need feedback, the fact that we need authentic relationships with and between our students, probably won't change. What may change is the things that we know to be true become more generally applied. That perhaps things that have been talked about for 2 or 3 decades will become policy as opposed to just practice. And I guess that's something I hope I see happen. That at the moment, lots of the educational experience is driven from the top down, which is by policymakers, by people, by quality assurance, by curriculum, And it's not driven from the bottom up, which is by educators making decisions, innovating, working hard, and creating practices that then spread to the policymakers and determine educational practice. And I think as time goes on, that we're likely to see practices that many of us have and value at the moment. Some of those might be project-based work. Some of those might be things like Galit's Genius Hour. Some of those might be an emphasis on formative assessment and developing students' own capacity to self-assess. The creation and maintenance of independent learners, metacognition, teaching students to think about their own learning actively while they're doing it and learn techniques and strategies for doing that. My optimistic hope is that these become more and more part of technology is going to radically alter the face of learning. I think learners and teachers are probably going to do that, and hopefully technology will facilitate us talking about that, communicating about that, and achieving that. And those are my thoughts. Thank you.